All right, Mixed Masta B here for MMB Radio, the online podcast where no topic is too big, too small. We talk about them all, and right now I have a woman who I'm a huge fan of, who I've been trying to get on the podcast for a while, and I know I say that about everybody, and I'm a huge fan of a lot of people, but really am. She's a really cool girl, and you're going to get to know her. Welcome her in right now, Ms. Mena Mason. How are you?
Hi, I'm fucking great. How are you?
That's good. I'm doing just equally as fucking great as you are. So thank you for calling in and talking to us. And we're going to try to answer a couple questions we got from fans tonight, kind of get to know you a little bit. So
Sure.
Where are you originally from? Where did you grow up?
I'm from Southwest Florida, actually. I grew up in Fort Myers, Florida.
Okay, and you grew up in a pretty, normal household, or?
I mean, it was my mom was single, and I lived with my brother for some time, my younger brother. Pretty normal, I guess.
All right.
Nothing crazy going on.
And then, fast forward, how'd you become a porn star? So you say you live a normal life, how did you just kind of transition to that?
Well, I was always really sexually open. I had a very sexual sense of humor, and I wasn't really ashamed of my body or anything. I was pretty not shy, I guess. And when I was in college, one of my roommates was seeing this girl who was in town from LA, and she was a porn star. And she kind of knew, I had even spoken about producing some short erotic films and stuff, and he knew I was kind of into it. So he was like, "You should talk to my friend." And I ended up doing that, and she sent my photos to her agents in Florida. And then it all just went from there. I mean, I finished the semester, and then that summer I went out to Fort Lauderdale to work.
And were your parents and your family upset about this, or how did they take the news?
Okay, so it was really just my mom, and she's my family. My mom and my brother are my family. When I told her, she just paused for a bit, and she said, "You know what? I don't agree with this, and I'd rather you be doing something else, but I trust your judgment, and I trust that you'll make responsible decisions." And then I felt completed as a human being and a daughter, and went forth into this world that I'm in now.
So you only really had to worry about the two people, your mom and your brother. And
yes.
Were you prepared that if they kind of disowned you, then did that cross your mind? What am I going to do if they are not cool with this?
Well, that's the thing. So it's my baby brother, my younger brother, and my mom, single mom. There's no disowning me. If you want to just ignore me and not talk to me for a while, that's one thing. But I'm not I was never dependent on my mother in that way. I moved out when I was 16. I was never financially dependent on her, so there's no cutting me off or disowning me, you know what I mean? So it was gonna be on her if she wanted to cut communications with me, but I never even thought that it would come to that, which it didn't. So.
And how did baby brother react to this? Is he a lot younger than you, or?
So he was 18 at the time, so I definitely wanted to break the news to him because I would not want him to stumble across me while he's watching porn, and I never want that to happen. So I told him, hey, this is what I'm doing. Just wanted to let you know, so if you see anyone that looks like me, just don't click on it. And he just wanted to make sure that I was in a safe environment and that I was being safe. So that's really what they're just concerned with is my safety. And I'm lucky. I'm so lucky, and I realize that because a lot of my girlfriends in this industry have been disowned by their family, or have been cut off or shunned or looked down upon. And I never had that response from my family, so I really appreciate that in them.
So you had this really exotic look to yourself. What is your ethnic background?
I'm Filipino and Irish. My mom is Irish and French Canadian. She's from upstate New York. She raised me. My father was straight from the Philippines.
Okay.
Manila.
Do you never communicate with him, or?
My father passed away when I was 7 years old.
Oh, okay.
So
sorry to hear that.
No, it's fine. And so my mom raised me, and look, I turned out just okay, just fine.
So, when you got into the porn business, you said you were pretty sexual and open. Did you watch porn as a child, or let me rephrase that. I don't want to sound like we're doing something illegal here. Did you watch porn as a young adult?
A young adult, yes. Yes, I did. I always, browse, like, when my mom went to work, like, went to, like, look at, like, Skinamax and, like, HBO and stuff like that, and things that were risque always intrigued me. That's what's kind of, like, weird about me, though, is, like I said, my sense of humor was very sexual, and I'm very open to talk about sex, but I lost my virginity a lot later than most of my girlfriends, and I wasn't as sexually active or promiscuous as most of my girlfriends.
So you kind of thought about it, just never acted on it?
I just wasn't like, I don't know, like, I guess my girlfriends are, like, 14, 15, and, like, they were, like, screwing around with a bunch of people and, like, being very experimental with it, and I just didn't really, at the time, I just wasn't, I guess I wasn't practicing it. So, I mean, I didn't care. I was more open about talking about it, but I wasn't actually out in the field.
It's like some religions, you know what I mean? Like, you're okay talking about it, you're just not practicing it, you know what I mean? And talking about it out in the fields. Who was the lucky guy who got to take your virginity, and when was this?
Oh, God. He was 18 and I was 14, and I had a big crush on him, and so I guess he's lucky he took my virginity, but really it's not really lucky. It's like I had no idea what I was doing. Like the skills that I've developed now, I had no idea then. I wasn't even, like, the first few years I was sexually active, I didn't even have an orgasm, so it took me a while to grow into that.
Do you still talk with this guy, or?
No, I don't. We're friends on Facebook. Kind of awkward.
And, like, any of these guys that you dated or, like, were sexual with?
Yeah, this was my first boyfriend.
And how did he kind of react to you, like, when he found out you were doing porn? Was he kind of like, oh, shit, like, I fucked a porn star?
I actually have not even talked to him about it. I don't even know if he knows. Now that you say that, I don't even know, because I'm not open about that on Facebook, really. It's like I'm not actively trying to hide it. I just don't put it out there on Facebook because I'm friends with my mom in there and, like, my family and stuff. So I try to keep it like Laura and not Mena on Facebook.
Now, one of the questions I like to ask people when they come on is, do people recognize you from videos, and what is their initial reaction when they see you?
I'm sorry, can you hold on? I can't hear.
I was saying, you okay? Do you need to evacuate?
No, I'm going into my bedroom because my roommates are talking. Okay, could you please ask me that again?
I was gonna say, it sounded like we were at, like, some, like, airport or something. I thought maybe we had an evacuation going on.
I know, what the fuck?
No, I was saying, like, do guys and girls, when you're out at the bar and clubs, do they recognize you from your videos? And what's their initial reaction like when they go up to you? Like, do they approach you?
If they do recognize me, they don't ever approach me, because when someone does approach me because they recognize me, I get more excited than them. Like,
like, you love me, you really love me.
Yeah, well, I'm just like, oh, like, I mean, I've probably been recognized, I know, like, twice, and that was at AVN, and someone stopped me, like, around the Circle Bar. I was walking around, and they're like, Mena, and they were very super respectful about it. They're like, hey, I just want to let you know, Lily's a big fan, like, have a great day, and they just kept walking, and I was like, and I'm the one that was like, oh my God, like, someone recognized me.
Well,
like,
first you're at AVN, cool. So, I mean, sure to probably, and then I like that they were, a respectful stalker about it.
Totally. They just kind of gave me the bro nod almost. Just like, yeah, like, I see you, like I'm down with you, and they just kept walking. They weren't, like, too in my face or anything about it.
So, what are your favorite scenes to shoot? Do you have a favorite type of scene where you're like, I really love doing this?
Honestly, I think my favorite, like, the thing I get most excited about is just going to do, like, a one-on-one scene with a boy or a girl. Because from there, it's like, you don't really know what's going to happen. It just depends on your chemistry, and, you get to know them, and it's very organic. So when I have more scenes that are, like, I'm doing female domination or I'm being submissive or something. It's very, like, lined out. It's very outlined, and I kind of know exactly what to expect. But when you just put me in, you're like, okay, you have a boy-girl scene or a girl-girl scene with so-and-so, and maybe I haven't worked with them before, then it's more like I don't know what to expect, so that's exciting.
Okay, so that kind of segues into my next question I had for you, which was, are you, like, do you truly enjoy yourself while you're on camera? Or, because people say, oh, like, if you're really good at your job, like, you can be a good actress, like, you can really act it. But, like, how often do you find yourself having a real orgasm while working?
Pretty often. Like, I'm always enjoying myself on set. Obviously I might play some things up because at the end of the day it's a performance that you're selling, but I try in my life not to put myself in situations that I'm not comfortable with in general. Like, as a human being, I feel that you shouldn't do things that you're uncomfortable with. So I make the most of my job. I mean, I get to go, I make money having sex with people and having fun in acting out fantasies and role playing. It's like, why would I be fucking miserable about that, Like, so I make the most of it. I have a great time. I definitely do orgasm. And no matter who I'm working with, I take pride in that. I make sure that there's chemistry.
Now, is there a certain type of way that you get off easier? Like, what gets you off, like, sexually? Was there a certain way that somebody does something, or is there a certain, like, way you like it done?
Yeah, I like inherent dominance. So if I feel like someone's very dominant with me, I really respond to that. Because I like that. And I don't like being degraded or humiliated, in that way. But, like, when someone is just dominant and confident in what they're doing, that translates to me.
Have you ever had a bad experience on set?
Oh, yeah. Everyone has, I'm sure.
And what's just one of the many bad experiences that you may have had?
Well, there hasn't been that many, but actually, like, the worst one that comes to mind is I was shooting, I was getting dommed by 2 females for Strap-On Squad, actually. And I'm not trying to throw anyone under the bus, but I had done the scene from the top before, and I had done the scene as a bottom before. And it went great. Like, I'm very theatrical and stuff. I had great chemistry with the girls. And when you're doing that, when you're subbing, communication or your dominance, communication is key. You need to communicate after each vignette, so to speak. The 2 girls that I was working with were very, very inexperienced in domination, and they were not receptive to my communication in between takes. So they ended up really fucking me up, and I even broke character, like, during one of the scenes. Like, I got out of my restraints, and I was, like, yelling at them, and, like, I thought I was going to have to fight someone. I got
the director's like, this is good shit. Like, look how it's so real.
Yeah, like, we kept rolling with it, because I'm the kind of person, like, I mean, if it's something, like, serious, like, my arm's going to snap, or, like, something like that, like, I'll call red. But normally, the way I see it is, like, I communicate with my eyes. My eyes are very strong. And so if I'm, like, in a submissive role and I'm doing the part and I'm being submissive and stuff, and you can see that in my eyes, and we're good. But if I start looking at you, I'm looking at you like I'm going to murder you because you're, like, hurting me and being obnoxious, like, that should tell you to reel it in a little bit. And they just kept going harder and harder and harder and doing things that didn't even make sense to me. Like they were, like, slamming. I was restrained against the wall, like, chained to a wall with my feet on post, chained to post. And the girls were slamming a Hitachi into my clit. Now, they have vaginas, and I'm pretty sure they've used Hitachis before. So it would, be sensible to know that you don't slam it into someone's clit. And I'm trying to, like, look at them like, yeah, and I'm, like, crawling up the fucking wall because, like, that is just, I'm sorry, the scene was very rough, like, spit in my face, slap me, whatever, do it, whatever, be aggressive and mean, but, like, don't be mean to my fucking clit like that. Like, that is just awful.
I feel like it should be one of those, like, the more you know commercials. You know what I mean? Like, do not ram and slam the clit, and then like the little star, shooting star. The more you know.
Yeah.
The
Oh, yeah, exactly. The more,
you know?
yeah,
Like that's
exactly.
it's good. It's a good thing to know. You know what I mean? Because us guys, we
Yeah,
don't have
people just
clits,
don't
so
think.
we don't
Like,
know.
use your fucking brain. Like, that's not how you do it.
So
You
what
have a
is
high-speed industrial vibrator on your pussy. You don't need to slam it into anything.
exactly? No slam dancing here. So
No.
what is something that you will not do on film?
I haven't done anal yet.
Now, would you
I
be
haven't
open
done
to
an
doing that, or is it just something you're like, no, not into it?
I mean, I do have anal sex once in a while in my personal life, so I have nothing against it. I'm just not so comfortable with it that I'm ready to do videos and stuff doing that. I may, if I do end up doing a fan site, which I probably will with the new agency I'm with, I may offer that on my site.
So there you have
But
it.
right now, I don't shoot anal for any companies. I don't shoot gangbang stuff, no blow bang.
Well, what's something you would like to do that you haven't had the opportunity to do yet? For whatever reasons, because it just wasn't the right person, wasn't offered, but something that you were like, in the back of my mind, I would really like to try this and do this on video.
Well, actually, I'd really like to do the upper floor for Kate. So, and that's where, I don't know if you're familiar, but
I have no clue. I was about to say, can you please
okay.
explain?
Yeah, so it's at the Armory at Kink in San Francisco, and they have a floor that's just beautifully grand, like beautiful furniture, artwork, and stuff. And they basically host a party in the evening. So, basically, fetish socialites of San Francisco come, and they're all dressed really, really nicely, and it's almost like a slave training for you. It's a boy-girl scene, BDSM, where I would be the submissive. And there's a male and female dominating me, and in the meanwhile, I'm like serving the guests and stuff like that, and it's kind of interactive in a sense that like I'll maybe be asking the guests for orgasms or something while I'm being like punished or fucked. So I really want to do that site for Kink.
I was gonna say that's like some 50 Shades of Grey type shit.
I don't know. I haven't seen that movie, but.
Well, take my word for it. It sounds something similar to that. Now, like, how do you get into doing something like that? Is that something like, is that invite only? How does this work?
As a guest, I'm really not sure. Like, you have to contact Kink. As a performer, I'm already in their system, and I'm pretty sure I have marked like that's a site that I would like to work for. So really now it's just a matter of waiting because they're very a well-oiled machine, and they book all of their shoots pretty far in advance. So if I do get booked for it, they'll tell me, okay, like at the end of next month, you have the upper floor booked.
Now, the more and more you're talking about this, the more and more I'm thinking I may have seen this. Is this where you guys like you get to wear masks and stuff too? Do you dress up?
See, I'm not sure if they do that every single time, but I'm sure that they have done some. Like I would just be naked probably in some light rope bondage. But the guests, yeah, they're probably in masquerade, kind of like eyes wide shut.
Okay. All right. Well, seems interesting. So we'll be looking forward to something like that.
Yeah.
What do you think is the biggest misconception about being in the porn business?
The biggest misconception about being in the porn business, there's two. The first one, that you're so in danger of getting STDs. And the second one has to be that everyone that's not in the porn industry pretty much perceives performers as nymphomaniacs or people that, would like to have sex in public or group sex and stuff. And like a lot of times, our sex lives are a lot more tame than one would think, or we won't be like as sexually active when we're not working, as people think.
Now, are you currently involved in a relationship with anybody, and how do they react to what you do?
I am not currently involved in a relationship. I am single, and that is working out for me.
Okay, so all the guys that are sending me tweets, every time I have a guest on, they're all like, is she single? What kind of guy does she like? Does she have a dog? Yes, because I just heard her dog bark. So what kind of guys do you like?
Let's see. I mean, I like all kinds of men, but our sense of humor has to be in line. So I like a guy that can make me laugh in a witty way, not a cheesy way. I like men that are healthy, in shape, and that are confident and that are going somewhere with their life. You know, they have some sort of direction or purpose with themselves. I find that really attractive.
So there you go, all inquiring guys. You can go ahead and send her a tweet. And where can people find you at on Twitter?
I'm at Funky Cold Mena, so send your boyfriend application there.
Okay. There you go.
Or
so,
girlfriend.
Our girlfriend. So are I know obviously you're into women, but is it just for play, or would you date women? Have you?
I've never been in a serious relationship with a woman, but I don't write that off. So that's a possibility.
Okay, so ladies, you can send girlfriend applications as well. She's taking, she's open for all positions. So, send those applications in. So,
absolutely.
Where can people find you at on social media and everything again, other than Twitter? Like, do you do Instagram and all that stuff?
On Twitter, I'm Funky Cold Mena, and on Instagram, I'm Bad Mena. That's MENA.
All right. Anything you want the fans to know before you get out of here?
What's that?
Anything you want the fans to know before you leave? Because I know you got this big personal trainer thing going on.
Yeah, so I've been on this really strict diet, so my body should start changing soon. No, but stay tuned. Keep following me. I may have a fan site coming out soon, and I may have a lot of merch available for sale on that fan site. So just keep following me on social media, and you should, you'll stay in the loop.
I do.
And thank you also. Thank you for being my fans, because I couldn't do this without you guys.
I am beyond fan level. I'm on groupie level, and I've told you this numerous times that, fans is so overrated. It's so, I prefer groupie. You know what I mean? Like, I will do whatever I need to do to get the shit done.
The difference is groupies put out.
Well, that's what I'm trying to get at. Like, you let me know, you need extra PT time. You know what I mean? Like,
oh, my God.
You let me know if this trainer's not doing not getting the trick done. You know what I mean?
Oh, you know what I just realized, though, which, really saddens me, is I'm not going to be able to have a cheesesteak while I'm in Philly.
Ah, no.
That's awful.
But we'll have a protein shake. Because I got plenty of protein. I can get you a protein shake.
Well, thank you for being so generous.
When are you going to be out in the Philly area? Like, you going to be coming out here
in a week.
feature dancing?
Yeah.
Or? Okay.
I'll be hanging out. So I'll be there in a week. And if you want to grab coffee or something, I can have plain coffee and espresso and stuff.
But but I have cream for the coffee. See, you're just throwing me these little alley-oops right now. These are just softball pitches.
Yeah, but I can't have cream right now. I'm not having dairy.
No cream, no protein. Jeez.
You're like, it's dairy-free creamer.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe a doctor can do something for that. I don't know. I have to look. But, well, we appreciate you talking to us, and we hope to see you next week in Philly. Maybe we'll finally do this Periscope thing, and we'll get you on the Periscope.
Yeah, we totally should.
Yeah, we'll have to plan that out.
All right. Maybe I can come eat, a cheesesteak with no bread or cheese.
just
we'll document it.
Yeah, just no cheese, no bread, just a steak.
Yes,
you can eat steak, right?
Yeah, I can.
Okay. Well, this will be interesting. We'll see how you dissect a cheesesteak. We'll do that.
Fuck yeah.
On video. Well, we appreciate you calling in. All right, then, babe. We'll talk to you soon.
Thank you so much.
Right,
bye.
Bye.
Hi, this is Mena Mason, and you're listening to MMB Radio with Mixmaster B and me.